regular board meeting of the Wareham Housing Authority to order. Would everyone please rise to the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If there are any noisy devices, I'd ask that they be shut off, please. Present is myself. You got that?
I've got no.
Okay. Just for the audio, myself, Rudy Santos, Bill Lockwood, James Donahue, and not here is Donovan. First order of business is to approve the minutes of September 25th, 2014, which hopefully has been distributed.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to make an amendment to the minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Can I have a motion on the minutes?
Motion to accept.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any changes?
Yes, please. Mr. Chairman, under new business, under number 1, recognizing the need to make members aware some items discussed fall under the privacy laws and could not be discussed in public, I'd like to add a sentence that says, discussion ensued with regard to potential circumvention of open meeting law.
Okay. You got that?
Want me to read it again?
Yeah, discussion
Discussion ensued
Good.
to potential.
regarding potential circumvention of open meeting law.
You mean in relation to private, personal, confidential
Right,
matters?
when we were talking about subcommittee meetings being posted,
Oh, yeah.
yes. There was a discussion, we had a long
Right.
discussion about the
Right,
potential of what can be interpreted as,
right.
yeah.
We did post the meetings. We posted the one for town with us.
Right, I understand that, but I'd just like for it to be on the record that we were discussing it, and that in case it comes up again in the future. Thank
Okay.
you.
Any,
I gotta see where, I just need to take a look at those minutes.
it's,
Joe, did you make the motion?
No, that's even.
I made the motion, you second made the motion. Jamie made the motion.
See, she said number 2.
what location did you place that?
It's under paragraph 1, chairman's report.
Oh,
It says, discussion
Middle of
around
the
whether
paragraph.
subcommittee meetings should
Oh,
be
down
posted.
here,
oh,
down here, okay.
Recognizing the need to make members
Okay,
aware of some
right.
items
So,
discussed
okay.
could not be
Yeah.
discussed in public.
Okay.
Discussion ensued with regard to potential circumvention of open meeting
I
laws.
did,
All right,
I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
I'll give it.
Yeah.
Any other recommendations? All in favor?
Aye.
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 4-0.
Oh, wait, can we just
Yes,
go back to one thing?
okay.
There was one, the motion that I made by Mr. Lockwood for 1-year employment, subject to renewal without health and life insurance, was under contract. Was a, there was supposed to be a contract in there, not just, it was for 1-year employment, a 1-year employment contract.
You're on page 2?
I'm on page 2 at the top. Motion by Ms. Donahue, seconded by Mr. Lockwood for 1-year employment. I think the word contract is missing there.
Okay. Okay, we'll give you this back when we get here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you.
From 1 year.
Any, further recommendations? Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
okay. Do I need to take the motion again? It was 4-0.
I think we're good.
4-4.
We just
What
insert that.
what you just said?
4-0, right?
Correct.
4-4-0.
4-0.
Okay. Okay, item B, old business to authorize the signing of checks and documents that have adequate supporting documentation appropriate approval by the administrator.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And you got all those documents we gotta sign from the
Yep.
National Grid and all that stuff, okay? Okay, Chairman's report, what I'd mentioned for the public is Friday morning, the 24th of October, 2014, we'll be hosting a meeting or a recognition ceremony, so to speak, here. We have invited in, you can tell me who you've been confirmed, who's confirmed. Senator Pacheco, to thank him for being instrumental in our subsidies and what he's done for the housing in Merrill and the new law modifying housing and DHCD's operations. Representative Susan Williams Gifford, DHCD officials, Sheriff McDonald, CEDA, and CPC. Is that everyone?
And Peter Chatterton.
Oh, and the selectmen in the town administrator, all have been invited, some have confirmed.
Yeah.
And hopefully, weather permitting, and the newspapers have been contacted and they've indicated they'll be here to take photo ops and so forth.
Mr. Chairman, my understanding is that Senator Pacheco contacted you personally to let you know that he would be unable to be here on Monday,
Right.
on Friday. So
Right.
it's not being rescheduled for Monday.
Let me thought further, it's under review. There's a good potential that it will be rescheduled pending hearing and getting back to these other folks, the what do you call it, the state and so forth. Or we, as we have in the past, we'll go forward, and then when the senator's here, we'll have an additional, similar
So I
ceremony.
mean, he just wanted to,
Oh, no, yeah,
he told me that he had spoken
yeah,
to
he
you,
did, yeah,
and that he wasn't able to make it on Friday.
right,
He appreciates the recognition and
right.
and will continue his efforts on behalf of the Housing Authority.
Exactly, yeah. So that's, our conversation was that we would attempt to postpone and, if need be, if these other folks are already committed, we'll move forward and ask that, most of them are all local, we can have them come the second time he's here, just like we did when we had the celebration, the
Sure.
parade, where he couldn't make it and we had pictures. And then the newspaper, who will be here, can be here the second time, and it'll make the Wednesday newspaper with, as if it was, all part of the same event, which it is. And he was key in the reason for having the meeting, or the recognition. Anyway, that was that.
Perhaps he can send a representative if.
Yeah, he would prefer not to, but that's all right, it'll be resolved. And, what was the other thing? Oh, and then special town meeting is Monday, October 27th. I urge people to get out and vote. There are a number of articles that are critical to the town, and there are some that are particularly important to the housing authority, especially the funds from the CPC to convert the office into a rental unit. So
What's the
I'm gonna
date,
ask,
Bob?
huh?
I'm sorry, what's the date?
October 27th at 7 o'clock at the high school. So I asked if you could, and hopefully we'll get as many residents as folks to come and support their renovation of continued renovation of this property and the additional unit of housing for the benefit of eligible residents of the town. And I don't think I have anything else. Anyone else? I'll go into cash management and meetings that were scheduled or potentially.
Can I just go in and leave this?
Pardon me?
I'll take it. There you go. Thank you.
So we had a couple of meetings scheduled. One was cash management, and Jane unfortunately wasn't able to attend. So since I was here, I just did a few little things with Jackie, and one of the things I did was I observed the processing of rent checks. It was the beginning of the month, like the 2nd or 3rd of November, of October, so I observed her processing using the remote machine of rent checks on hand. There was no, I verified that there was no cash on hand. And generally, we just talked about getting, working up the figures for an average checking account needs for the month, and then seeing if there was any available funds in the checking account that we could put into a savings account and maybe pick up a little interest earnings, not a lot under the circumstances of today's financial world, but whatever we can earn, we should be doing that as our responsibility. And then we talked about getting the figures together for revenue and expense through September 30th from the fee accountant, and I think you could tell us he was working on that, and if he could, and then what you could get together in terms of your aspects of costs and revenues, so we can put together a budget when the state puts out their budget guidelines for FY15. So that's basically what I did there. And then if you want to skip to the infrastructure report. No,
Well, just don't forget to stay on that one for just a second, Bob,
go
please.
ahead.
We originally scheduled a meeting for Monday, the 29th, which unfortunately you were unable to attend. I think your
Okay.
son came in from Brussels,
Right,
and
right.
then I got held up at the dentist on the following meeting.
Right.
But I'd like to try to reschedule that right now if we can. I was looking for a Monday or Tuesday after, next week, obviously there'll be town meeting, but maybe the week after that.
All right.
Like didn't we have like a 5 o'clock meeting
Yeah.
scheduled on
Yep, we
Monday?
can do that, that will be
So I think it
November.
would be November 3rd.
I'm not gonna be here then. That's my vacation week.
Okay, so why don't we
The
schedule
November
Monday
10th.
10th?
Yep.
November 10th.
November 10th. Yep, that will be
Yeah.
fine. You can come in the
November
morning.
10th at 5 o'clock, Bob? Is that good for you?
That's good, yeah.
All right, thank you. By that time, we should have the guidelines for the budget.
We hope.
Yeah.
I think with the conditions in there now, it might be later than usual. Okay, so then,
The day after the election, so.
myself and Donna met with Jackie and on internal audit compliance, and basically, we reviewed with Jackie some of the repayment plans she has worked out with some tenants that are in arrears to look if they were complying with the terms of the agreement. We also reviewed some rent redeterminations for some randomly selected residence files. And then Donna made some suggestions about taking pictures of the units when they all ready for reoccupancy, so that we know and the tenants know, the new tenants know the conditions of the units when they move in, so we got a record of that. And I think she said something about maybe taking pictures when we do inspections, I don't recall.
I'll have to look at my notes.
Okay, but that's basically what I took for notes as to what we did. We looked at some files for the rent determinations, and they seemed to be okay.
And we reviewed the maintenance. Did we review the maintenance? The maintenance protocols, how we handle call-ins from our
Oh, yeah,
residents,
yeah.
and our process.
Yeah, okay.
And Donna did come on a move-in
Oh, I'm
inspection
sorry, yeah.
with me.
On a subsequent day,
On a
you were
Friday.
with her.
Yeah.
She went to visit with you when somebody was moving, when they're ready.
Yeah.
That's when she suggested taking
Yeah,
the
we
pictures.
took the pictures that day.
Okay, good. So that's what I, oh, Bill. Did you bring copies of that? Good.
Well, yeah, you wanna, go ahead, asbestos remediation first.
Where?
Infrastructure and capital planning, asbestos remediation, CPC,
Yeah.
just to let everybody know.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it, that's
right,
executive
right,
session. Yeah,
right.
yeah, all right, yeah, okay.
Here is the procurement for the asbestos removal and abatement through CPC. So I just wanted to show you, this is how it put forth. And the letters and all the bid, I did attach the bid, who called in for a bid and then who,
Thank
the
you.
winning bids, no
Appreciate
problem.
the
Yeah,
information.
and so just, anyone can take a look at this if they want.
Those,
Just wanted to.
those ready to go, all set,
Yes, you chose some.
and awarded and everything?
Oh yeah, he needed to have a 10-day lead period to contact EPA and file with them the abatement, so he's already moved forward with that. And then, I would like to take a vote on his, acceptance of that bid,
This is a CPC project,
the
right?
CPC project, but I just want, the one I sent, this one that Jane has, which is in, and Bill Lockwood has looked at it, the bid, the asbestos abatement bids that came in, and we just want to award it to Green Environmental, although we are not required to. I just think it would be good, policy if we consistently keep all of the same projects in the same format. We are choosing $35.75 per unit, with a group unit price from Green Environmental.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll ask for a motion
Yeah.
to approve contract with Green Environmental Incorporated for a bid price of $3,575, which you say was the lowest responsible bidder.
Yeah.
For
Second.
the asbestos
So moved.
removal project, CPC.
Yeah.
Do I
Is
have a
that per
second?
unit?
Pardon?
That's per
Per
unit,
unit.
yeah,
That's cheap. That is good.
really,
A lot of work on this stuff.
I know.
Need a motion?
No,
I just made.
you made the
Jane.
motion, Jane made the
Second.
motion.
Second. You got that?
Who was second, I'm sorry?
Bill?
I'm sorry.
I'm looking down when you guys are
All
talking,
right,
so
all
that's
right,
why
all
I
right.
missed
So
those sometimes.
I'll repeat who
Yeah.
does it, okay? You got that now?
Mhm.
So, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4, Jane,
Aye.
4-0-0. Okay.
May I ask one question? When is the start date? Do you-
October 27th, this next Monday coming up,
Okay.
yeah.
Want me to fold this back
They're
and
gonna do
send?
all 5, one day, each one, October
5 days?
27th, first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, over the 5 days, they'll do 5 units. And then we'll have them come back and do some more subsequent units. But the way the CPC article was written is that includes all of the, products, the flooring that we are gonna, have replaced. But we're not gonna put that out to bid because we don't have to under DHCD regulations because our maintenance men will be doing that. But after it's done, it needs a cooling down period or whatever they call that, and then the EPA has to come back in and
Check.
check it again. So it's gonna be a little bit of time before we can.
May I ask,
Before they replace it, sorry.
may I ask another question?
Sure.
How many people are living in the process?
None.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Any further questions? No? Okay, energy audit, Griffith and Berry. Was it something?
No,
Those
energy
are two
audit,
different
two
things.
different things.
Okay,
Energy audit
energy.
was Rise Engineering, the stuff that I emailed everybody.
Yeah.
And Griffith and Berry,
Is there a vote on that necessary on
yeah,
that?
you need to
That's the one that we
vote.
were talking about earlier?
Yeah, the one that we talked about, and then, yeah, we need to have some of the, you wanna
Yeah,
change some of the
okay.
language in their contract they sent us
Okay,
by crossing it out. All of the suggestions they are gonna do, both for Redwood and Agawam, are
okay.
gonna do free of charge for us,
Okay.
so.
So this is an energy conservation agreement with is it the
National Grid.
National Grid through Rise Engineering for both Redwood and Agawam Village at no cost to the housing authority. It's been signed already by the contractor, so we'll just line out those questionable terms that we, so there's no dispute. And do we have a motion to
What are
accept
they going
this?
to do for us?
They're going to,
They're going to put in water saving kitchen, bathroom, faucet aerators, and shower heads for all units. Digital thermometers for all units, thermostats, right, programmable ones.
Okay.
Controllers to replace 5 hot domestic hot water circulator pumps. Fiberglass insulation for all the heating system pump pipes. And that's what I have for Agawam.
In which buildings are those? All buildings?
The whole complex.
Whole complex, yes.
Including those that we're working on currently?
I think
they will not, yes, because all of this is interior work. The only work that we have to wait on is when the pipes get done in buildings 2 and 4, then they'll come back and re-insulate them. And then, this is in conjunction with DHCD too, so they understand the inner workings of their contract and obligations and letting Rise Engineering come in to perform the work that they're gonna pay for. So,
Some of it's free and some of it's being paid by DHCD through, by addition to our formula grant fund, as
Right,
Jackie
right,
explained to me earlier.
So it's a benefit to us.
Oh,
complete
yeah,
benefit.
Yes.
Great then.
energy cost savings.
Yeah.
All right, and that concludes both Redwood.
Yes,
So, do I have a motion to,
we already,
I'll make a motion.
okay,
Accept it.
all in favor?
Aye.
400. Now, Griffith and Berry.
Griffith and Berry are the electrical engineer and plumbing engineering that came over to do the final engineering piece for the project in buildings 2 and 4. They have not written up a report. I did inform in my report.
They did write the report.
They did write about, I thought I couldn't, I went back to try to
And
find it.
I
didn't-
printed it out and read it, but then
I'm sorry.
left it on my desk, I apologize.
Okay, I went back to-
Basically, summation of the report says we have copper piping that's old,
That's old?
and we will be replacing it. But,
In 2 buildings.
but yeah,
Now, is this a CPC project too?
No,
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 this
is
this
state.
is just,
All right,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right. I
yeah,
just want to,
yeah. It gets,
and I think it's fairly safe to assume that
oh, those are the 2
we
buildings.
can
that-
extrapolate that condition down to the other buildings.
All across the board, right?
yes, yes.
Okay, so we do have an agreement?
The
on that?
agreement was, you know, we voted on that agreement with them last meeting.
Last meeting?
Yeah, because of the,
And that put them in place to provide the engineering services for that, the building 2-4 project. And so pursuant to that report, they will be producing their construction documents for those buildings.
Okay.
Yeah.
No more.
And they're supposed to be done, what, about the 10th of November, something like that? Go
Yes.
to bid?
yeah, yes,
And we'll be going to bid by bid doc, or
yes, we are
project,
now.
project,
Doctor or
Yeah.
dog?
Do
Dog, do
yes,
dog.
yes, I found out yesterday that that will not be coming out of our formula funding. They do have some money set aside in Boston, and they're gonna take care of that, and that, you
So,
know,
so the
As you-
HCD will be subsidizing somebody's,
In another
Computer
part
somewhere.
that they have.
that's fine.
Okay, so that's all related to the buildings that are gonna be done by VHC,
2 and
the
4.
rafter roofs and everything, handicap ramps and so forth. Okay. Is that any further businesses besides?
So this is gonna be a
roofs?
busy place for them.
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
yes, we are gonna be busy in the next month.
Are they gonna do that outside work during November?
They're gonna try to work, they're trying to work on it as fast as they can to get some portion done now and then wait until March to finish. or go ahead. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't have an answer.
They're, we're not putting anything in the ground, we don't have any
Correct.
concrete to freeze.
Right. You think we could move, I thought we could move on it completely too.
The plumbing too.
Given we don't have an extraordinarily cold winter,
Right.
customarily, you guys work year round here.
Yeah, it's better to get the plumbing done, because it's gonna be subject to leaks. Pardon me?
That's included, yep, that's
Oh, I haven't
included.
heard it mentioned.
Yep, no, it's been mentioned before, it's floating one now, I didn't, because it has, I mean, that's part of the project, so.
Okay. Administrators report.
Yeah,
Were you voting on the Griffith and Barry?
no,
No, that was a
No,
progress report.
You did on the other two.
yep, so, administrator's report, just our wait list, we're steadily working on getting all applicants' control numbers and all processing them in PHA as they come in. And still, working on a little bit of backlog, but it's coming, forth rather quickly. Maintenance.
Jackie, do you have copies of the administrator's report for us?
I only have last month's copies, I did not, but I should, I'm sorry.
It's all right, we'll get it with you.
Yep,
Just read it.
10/1/2014, building 5, there was a leak in the underfloor plumbing, fixed by John English. Leak under unit C at Redwood 2, fixed by John English. After inspections from the Griffith and Berry people on October 3rd, it was noted that building 2 and 4 both have leaks under the floor plumbing, so they were fixed as well. Asbestos removal will begin on October 27th. Pella Windows have been contacted for replacement of broken windows in Redwood. Like I said last month, there were 74. We're working on getting the best, cheapest amount that they can give us under procurement laws. They are Pella windows themselves. We went directly to Pella to have them replaced instead of going to a local middleman.
Excuse me, Jack.
Yeah.
Is that 74 windows or in?
74 of our storm windows.
So-
The way the windows are in Redwood, they have the exterior window and then they have the inserts. All 74 inserts are broken or missing.
These things come out every year in the spring and the fall,
No,
back and forth?
no, they usually
So they
keep
just-
them
Slide up
in.
and down.
So they just get-
They're actually just a whole insert that goes in these windows. They were built in 1972 and they just place them
Okay,
right
In
so-
in.
fact, they clip them in
They
just
clip
like we
them
would
in.
a screen.
Yeah.
So what's the progress on it, Jack?
The progress is we are working to Pella. Right
And
now, they said that
don't-
they will,
And that's why
we're
there's
hoping
something
to get the
missing.
cheapest
Before they work the
50.
unit,
People
Right.
take them.
and put them aside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wanna get them in before the
That's
winter.
what happens
Yeah.
to them.
Right.
So they shouldn't come out. How do they get just broke from use and washing the windows and taking
Um,
them in
I-
age?
They come out in the summer, right?
Well,
They're supposed to come out in the summer.
These are windows that don't, there are ones that do come out and replace with screens, and then the top ones do not come out, right? They're top, they're they're like kind of like floor double pane, or I don't know what it
It's a
was.
kit, so
Yeah.
in the summer the screen is
Comes
down, in the
down.
winter the
No,
glass is down?
no, there are two types, there's a bottom rectangular and a bottom square. The square has the screen in it, so that comes in and out with the replacement glass. And the top one, the glass stays in there, there is no screen, because the exterior part of the window is a permanent fixture, there's no moving the window up or down, it's just in place. So like these, you see how these have an up and down?
Yeah.
So we do have storm windows that went in, that are going in. You can replace a screen, that's not how this plate works, there's just the bottom one that has the window that you open, and then the top one stays. I don't know why all of these have been broken and not replaced, I just know that they are, many various
Are they
reasons.
crank outs?
Nope,
They're not
No.
crank outs.
no,
Single windows then.
yes,
The bottom goes up.
no,
She's saying they just come out.
Oh, I'm sorry, the bottom one with the screen is the only one that comes up, the
Yes.
top one is
Top one
permanent.
is fixed.
So they do slide up,
Yeah.
the windows
The
slide
bottom
up,
one.
the bottom screen stays down, the bottom piece slides up in the winter.
Yes,
And you have a
but-
screen there,
But the top part of that
stays there.
no, it's not like this though. There's a permanent wood, and there's two types, there's a rectangular shape like this. The
Right,
top stays permanent,
okay.
the
we
bottom
got
section.
that. No.
But there's a wood, there's no like crank, there's no
All right,
lock.
so how do the people get the glass up on the bottom part out so they can get the air through the screen in the summer.
The two that have,
Those two
Right.
bottom pieces.
I'm not quite sure those are the
No, I don't
ones that.
think it's fitted, Jeff.
Right,
You're gonna- yeah.
We're just confused, it's just.
Right.
Oh,
I
if
should
may,
take pictures.
You're working on that.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah, it'll be done, and there's 70, they got, the maintenance people in that term, there's 74 of them are needed.
Most of the ones that are broken are the top panes,
Oh,
not the
okay.
bottom panes,
All right. All right.
just
Thank
from
you.
use, yeah. Again, the vacant units haven't changed since my last report to you folks. We have 5 units in Avalon, all under asbestos removal program. We have tenants that are ready to move in by mid-November, leaving only 21 and 41 vacant due to the construction. And we have 2 units in Redwood, G24 and B21 vacant, both under renovations. One will be ready to be placed into action very soon in the next week. But a gentleman just called me yesterday and told me he didn't want the unit, so we're gonna look for another person, which won't be hard. And the tenants accounts receivable, we have 4 tenants under agreement, just like I said in my last report, for 7802. And the 4 prices are 3456, 1560, 587, and 2491. The HCD, we had our final payment for our subsidy, for our FY14 subsidies, of $3,433. That was the final subsidy for fiscal year 14, we recently got that.
What was it, they got that in October?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're waiting for one more payment to one of our contractors, it hasn't come in yet.
That comes from them.
From them too. I'm gonna call it today because I'm a little bit concerned. It's well over their 45-day limit, and he's been very patient, and he deserves to be paid.
Was it smart?
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked me about it.
Right. I mean, could I possibly take the money from our administration account to pay him and then wait for our reimbursement? It is $26,000, so I think.
I would first suggest calling whoever the contact in DHCD
Yeah.
is and ask them for a time frame. If it's in the queue, if it's pending at the comptrollers or whatever, and or if there's a problem, they've got all the paperwork, right?
They have had everything since, September or
And then-
whenever that was done, and that was very beginning of September, so.
And then, depending, if it's close,
Okay, then we won't.
but if it's pending more information, or they haven't got an idea, I'd suggest using your judgment and making some payment out of the administration, but only to the extent that it won't impede our other expenses that we need to cover, you know?
Or we're
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
lose a good contract.
Yeah, so we don't wanna, if it's 26,000, see if whatever we can afford, 10, 12, whatever, give them that.
Okay.
Has he been paid, he's been paid something?
He's been paid, yes, he's been paid his initial payment and,
So 26,000 is retired now.
yeah, so it's 19,000, I'm sorry. He's been paid 7, and 19 is the remaining amount that we owe him.
But for a small contract,
Most
that's
of
a
the-
lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
The
yeah.
7 was paid up front so he could buy supplies, right?
No, I mean, he gave, yes. but
Yeah, so,
We,
I mean,
we
given
didn't, we
his-
didn't pay it beforehand.
I understand,
you
but
know.
it was quick, so he could cover his costs of supplies. The rest, now this has been a couple months now, right?
Yeah, but it's been almost 2 months.
Yeah,
if I may make a suggestion,
In another
Mr.
week or
Chairman.
2, it's 2 months, that's 60
Jackie,
days.
if I may make a suggestion.
Go ahead. Mr.
No sense in arguing the point. You gotta go call them and find out.
Right.
Yeah,
And you can report on it next month.
yeah,
Or if you need a signature or something.
yeah. No, she can make up the
Well,
check,
whatever.
we'll sign it. It's just about HCD giving us a point of view as to where this stands.
So you can report to us next month, Jackie, or however you want to do
But we'll see it in the,
Okay.
yeah, you'll
Yeah.
see the
Alright.
check for Friday. All right. Anything else?
I just wanted to let everyone know that we have had senior whole health program for all Mass Health recipients. It's a program that offers seniors services like personal care attendants and house cleaners and someone to help them with their finances and other things. They have come in, they came in yesterday here to Avalon, they're coming this afternoon to Redwood. And anyone who's eligible, they are very, very helpful, and it offers that more of a choice for our seniors to stay longer in homes that they normally would not be able to without these services. Some of our seniors here do not have any family members they can rely upon for these events. So if any senior, here in the community wants information, I do have the information and contact information for them. Also, I'd like to say for our seniors that if any, seniors are our residents here in a housing authority. If anybody's looking to do a holiday event for Thanksgiving or Christmas, please contact the office, both for Redwood and Agawam. Aflac representatives stopped by and dropped off their information. This benefit is no cost to the Wareham Housing Authority and for eligible employees, and I was just going to give the employees their, a package, and if they want to go for it, that's fine. And then, so then also on Fridays, October 17th, we received from the state an additional $45,000 for the roof insulation for buildings 1, 2, and 4. Please vote, and we will have to submit the docs, because this increases our formula funding by $45,000. So,
Are we going to increase the contract
Yeah.
by that amount?
yeah, and I do have what, the email that was sent. It's Existing Inflation Project 667. So we just have to, we're just voting
To complete that.
Yep. to complete that document. Yeah.
So it asks for a motion to sign an agreement with DHCD for an increase in our award from $1,337,554 to $1,382,554, a $45,000 increase under fish number 317018, Sustainability Initiative Award.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Santos, seconded, Donahue first. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Discussion.
Oh, discussion, I'm sorry.
So that's- Do you get an administrative fee from this?
All of it is a 10% administrative fee, of which we will, because
Yeah, okay.
like our maintenance men, especially with Griffith and Berry, had to be there with them to let them in and out of the basement, explain how things work, and
Okay. you
so
get-
we will be taking what we use, and especially like even with the CPC article, we spent a lot of time with the bidding and the procurement, and I feel like we should have some of that come back towards us for our money.
So I don't know, you get
Yeah.
some, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Bill can attest, and when we work on the budget, we wanna make sure that we include not just the 2 projects in the MRVP program, but the several capital projects that will be engaged in over the next several years that include these categories at the end for unforeseen and administrative costs, et cetera, that the housing authority gets its whatever
Sure.
percentage there is, so that we can allocate it to heat, light, supplies, salaries, et cetera. Did we vote on this yet?
Yeah, we did vote on
Did we?
that. Oh, I don't,
No.
no.
You
You didn't take the vote, but
Okay,
first
so
and
Oh, we
second.
seconded, okay.
Then you discussed, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
4-0-0.
And then just one last item, per the new legislation that goes into effect on, 11/7/2014, we've been given an additional $5,000, although I noticed they took the money back. It's so funny.
Who's that?
The state, they
State,
kind of do this,
DHCD.
they put it on our thing, we have this subsidy website that we go to, and initially it was on there, and they took it back.
Whoops.
But we didn't get the cash, so they don't take the cash back from us, but they kind of put it on, and then I noticed it wasn't there to implement a website and new computers. So that will be coming forthwith, so I have kind of put out my initial feelers on, we want a website that is gonna be user-friendly, but also the ability to not cost us a monthly fee for supporting it. So we have some ideas in the works, like going to Upper Cape Tech to have their help with they have a computer engineering section up there, and see if they could help us. And the maintenance won't be that bad, or it'll just be upkeeping and updating everything. But the bigger housing authorities, there's a real need, but us, but that's part of the new legislation. and that's it for me.
Okay, I see, I noticed this document, it says notice of a special meeting, this is a regular meeting.
It's just a regular
And it's
meeting,
the
but
meeting.
there's two, there's one for a special meeting and one for a regular meeting.
This
They
is-
just assumed, and we can just make it regular, they
Just
didn't put that
change the
in.
word special.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's no need to get a thing in here for consent and agree that the said members of said authority shall meet at a time. This was a regular meeting, so we'll just
Right.
put down regular meeting. We don't, should we just sign this? All of
Uh,
this?
Yeah, just,
Why don't we sign it just to be safe?
Just to be
What are
safe.
we gonna put down? No. Notice of regular.
I told them that it would be a regular meeting, but these are the docs they sent us.
What would be the regular meeting?
The vote would be taken during this regular meeting.
Special,
yes.
oh,
Isn't it?
special
Oh,
meeting,
okay.
instead of vote.
Yeah.
Got it.
As opposed to,
Got it.
as opposed to a special meeting, so I'll pass this in.
I don't have a little post-it note.
That's
You
all
just-
right. I'll just,
Yeah,
why don't I just take these two pages off? That's- Okay, anything else, Jason?
no,
You
not
sign
that,
these as a secretary?
Yep.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
yeah. We have to have it
Notarized.
notarized by,
Who's supposed to be signing it in front of the town?
only
clerk?
that one paper,
Notarized by a notary.
yeah.
Which
I
one?
know. Just the
Thank you
one
for that
that
clarification.
asks us to, that you, or, I'll have to go back and read it. There's only one paper. We only notarize one paper.
All right. Certificate of service of notice of meeting.
Right. We'll attach the notice to the
Certificate,
meeting.
clerk certificate,
Yeah, that's the certificate that has to be
town clerk.
notarized. And then we have to put our seal.
Cause copy notice to be posted, go out and get it posted, meeting posted, extract the minutes of the meeting. All right. I'm gonna wait for this, let me see, please.
It's the same one we do. But
Seems
it seems like they didn't give us all the paperwork.
No.
Normally they give us everything.
there's
Like if you have a
duplicates.
regular meeting, if you have a special meeting,
There's duplicates in here.
yeah. Well, because it,
I've seen more complicated things that have less than this stuff. Think on this. Look at what we'll, you know, just print out blanks and we'll go back out there and sign. Okay, anything else from the administrator?
no.
All right,
Motion to accept the administrator's report.
motion by Mr. Lockwood, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Santos, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0-0. Anything from our residents?
She left.
Did she just leave? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's no,
How about you on behalf of the
not
residents?
not today.
Not today?
We just want to say thank you to Barbara Johnson for working so diligently around here. She has cleaned up all in front of Building 3, Building 1, Building 5. Did a fall cleanup, put new pavers down as up against our sidewalks, and looks very good, and we thank her very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. All the work around the flagpole,
Yeah.
and like she said, around the outside of the buildings where the plants and vegetables were, she did single-handedly. When I drive by, I see her pickup truck loaded with pavers. And she's working hard to
I'm running out of energy.
beautify this place. We'll take a
Please
break
don't
now,
leave it.
Jen. It's gonna rain this weekend, so you don't.
Yeah, I know, yeah, I got a break.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Will you plan on being here when we meet with the dignitaries that are coming?
Oh, Friday.
We'd like you to be
I
here
think so, I
Friday,
just
Monday,
learned about
whatever.
it.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
I think so, I just learned about the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be giving you a citation from the governor, so we want you to be here.
All righty then.
All right. Any further business? No. Next meeting is November
Executive session.
19th, right? And we're gonna adjourn to executive session to discuss potential acquisition of a property and not to return to the regular meeting. By roll call vote, aye, Bob Powerators.
Yes.
Aye, I, Ruby Santos.
I don't walk
I,
with.
Bill Lockwood.
I'm Jane Donahue.
I, Jane Donahue. Okay. Thank you.
We need to post these executive sessions ahead of time, Bob.
It is, it's in the notice. On the bottom,
Guess I missed it.
it says adjourn to executive session to discuss potential future projects.
Okay, great.
All right.
What about television, does that stay on?
No,
No, right?
No.
No television.
What number of open meeting law is that?
What
Like number
one?
10, you have to say what the number
Oh,
is.
okay. Do I have the open meeting or do I have the remote participation?
Sorry, I meant to.
I get it.
Resolution number 10.
Yeah, whatever the number is. You have to state the number, and you have to read the number, and you have to. I guess we better brush up on our open meeting law training.
To discuss, no, it's number 6. Consider purchase, exchange, lease, or value real property, blah, blah, blah. Number 6, page 9 of the August 1st, 2013 advisory from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Attorney General.
Because the open meeting may affect the negotiating position of the
Right.
body.
Right.
This is gonna be, we're discussing a purchase, potential
Right.
purchase. Thank you for the clarification, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
okay. Tell him.